Just saw, Rickie throw a route right there. What have you kind of seen from him, and are you kind of ready to name a quarterback, or what's the process with that like?
Yeah, he's getting a lot better. He seemed to be moving into the leader of our football team. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I think the players are behind him, everybody's behind him, so it seems like he's going to be our quarterback. So I'm really excited and happy about him. And he puts the work in daily, learning how to lead, right? He's still doing it. This will be his first time under him, but he's watched some really good players. He had two guys in front of him at LSU that I think did a good job. He's been here through the bowl game prep and all. You got a chance to watch Kyle, and then through spring ball, Kyle's been here, so he's watched meetings with him a few times. So I think that he's our quarterback. So we're really excited and happy to be able to follow him. I'm happy for him, though. I'm happy that the whole team gets to finally know who we're going to go behind and who we're going to follow.
And was there like a time that stood out when you made that decision, and did you convey that to the rest of the team?
Yeah, our team knows. I wouldn't tell you before not telling my football team. Our team knows everything. The coaching staff knew it first, kind of let it simmer in for a weekend, and then moved along with it. We just felt as though if it was even, that he had to get it because he hadn't got an opportunity of knowing everything. So for him just learning everything and it being even, give him an opportunity of just constantly getting better. And I'm really proud of him. I'm also happy for all the other guys too, right? They're all working their butts off and doing a good job. So we'll see how it goes. Somebody may want to go in the portal or not. That's just nature of the business. And we wish them the best because they've done a good job. But then in the same sense, we're competing our butts off right now for 2 and 3 spot, right? Which will be constant competition throughout the rest of the summer and rest of spring ball.
When you talked about Kyle last year, you would always reference sort of that push-up contest as a moment that he became like a leader or showed his leadership. Has there been any moments with Rickie that you've seen where,
just his consistency, and just doing things right? As I'm meeting with him, he threw 2 footballs last week to Trevor that were like, okay, this guy could do things. He makes plays sometimes. It's like, wow, you can't really make that, right? A lot of guys can't make that play. He has a different arm. He has a big, strong arm. So we're excited about him.
What was it like to be able to host Tom Coughlin this past weekend with the franchise coaching clinic? What was that whole experience like for you and for the rest of your staff?
For me, it was an honor, honestly, to be able to be with a guy that was he was actually in the backfield with Larry Zonka and Floyd Little, right? So like that, number one, was an honor to be able to do that. But just for Tom Coughlin, Super Bowl champ, NFL GM, just all the things that he's done. And just me being just Marla Brown's son, and then her son could call Tom Coughlin and say, I want you to come up and speak at a coach's clinic and talk to my team, and him say, all right, I'm coming, Fran. It's just an honor. I'm just thankful that God put me in a position to be able to do that.
Why is it so important to connect with someone like him specifically who played here, coached here, and it's done great things at Syracuse?
Just because he can tell me what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong. And I think we were similar coaches. He's an aggressive coach. He was about what it took to win. No nonsense guy, and he learned a lot from a lot of good coaches, right? So I'm honored and thankful that I get the opportunity to learn a few things from him and always be able to call him, right? He'd always text me during the season. He was happy with a lot of the stuff that he saw, so I'm very thankful to be able to call him a friend. It means a lot.
it looks like you guys have moved some of the offensive linemen around. Petrie's playing some center. Cruz is on the right side and the left side. Are you still trying to find your best 5, or is that sort of cross-training and building depth?
I think Petrie's an NFL player, and it helps Petrie being able to play center and guard. Right, so I want to make sure that we give him every opportunity possible to be drafted because he came back, because I begged him to come back, right? Because he was going to leave, and I begged him to come back. I told him just give us one more year, just get one more run, and we'll move you all over, and we'll show how valuable you are to our team, and then that'll make you even more valuable to an NFL roster, being as though you can do a lot.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I think we've seen Travion Mack play with the first string offensive line a lot.
I don't even know who was really first string. You just saying that because
it looks like it. So
yeah.
I was going to ask if I'm right.
Yeah, but Travion Mack is competing. He probably will be able to be one of those guys. I think he'll start. I hope he does. But they're competing, right? So him and you got another guy they compete with. Those guys will either play 50-50, 60-40. I'm not sure. O-line's a little bit different, but they're in a tough battle right now. But he's really good. And then we got Quell, right, that we went and got from Philly. really was at Alabama last year and all like that. But Quell's really good at pass rushing, right? So those guys are competing their butt off, and at any moment, dudes could just move around, right? Like Spoon's a guy that can play all three positions. Spoon can play left tackle, right tackle, and he can play both guards because he's that intelligent. So we're blessed to be deep on the line now, right?
Yep.
Like before, that hasn't been an issue here in a long time, and we're pretty deep on the line. We're almost like 3 deep with guys that you feel comfortable with going in. Like Byron Washington's in the mix. He's running with ones and twos. Weight's constantly dropping, so the fact that he can run around and move like that helps us a lot also.
Willaba, we haven't seen him for the last few days. Is he just sick or what's going on?
Yeah, he's a little bit sick, and he's busting his butt to try to get himself right. There's a lot of stuff that like opposite would it though. It's a lot that we're working on when it comes to David right now, just to a standpoint of keeping his weight up at the right weight and just doing everything the right way. And he had some school stuff that he wanted to really take care of and have some other things to go through. So, it's a lot with him. Honestly, I just feel uncomfortable, and it seems like really weird. David probably won't play with us this year, right? Okay. We're thinking about going into the portal, so I ain't got time to be sitting here lying to nobody. He's thinking about going into the portal because of just what would be best for him, right? A comfort and happiness right now, and just at the moment, he wasn't extremely comfortable and happy, but a great kid, right? And we're hoping that after he goes and sees that he may want to come back because he's a legacy and a really good football player and got to play some time for us last year. But he may go into the portal, and just because of just want to find the right fit for him all around. Really intelligent kid, and it's about life after football for him. And we just want to make sure that he gets the right fit and he does what's best for himself.
Was your sense that it's mostly playing time related?
No, because he would have played.
Okay.
Yeah, he would have played. It's not playing time related. Like he's a player. He's a good kid. Like he's great. He would have played here easily. But it's just, it's just different, right? It's different. Everything's different, right? And I came here after he was already here, so there's different pieces. He's battled with a lot of injuries before, and he got himself back healthy. He's 100% healthy now. He's able to play. He's able to go do everything needed to do. He just might need a change of scene just to get him going. I think he's an NFL player. I think he'll have a chance to play because he was playing some center. He can play tackle also, left or right. So, I mean, he's a class act kid, though. Comes from a great family. Just legit, right? We wish he would have wanted to be here, but it's just, you got to feel right? If you don't feel good about it, you need to go, and I think he's making the right decision because he was man enough to come and talk about it, right? So I'm very happy for him and thankful that he's as tough as he is to do that because a lot of kids don't sometimes speak up on it.
Jakari was obviously here last year and kind of learned under Kyle. Just when you named Rickie starter, what was your conversation like with Jakari?
See, you better compete to be two. We think he's close. He's a good player. He could be the number 2 quarterback. He does some good things, but he's still young, right? Still has some time. He only got to sit behind Kyle once, and he dominated on scout team all year long. Got to play, but now he gets a chance to truly learn all of the intricate little details in the offense and doing all those things right. So it'll be good for him.
Coach, Aaron Manici is a guy that has been with you since your Temple days. What is it about him that makes you want to bring him everywhere you go, and how's he helped you here at Syracuse so far?
I trust him. It's my little brother. Yeah, we family. I just trust him a lot. He trusts me, his mom and dad, his grandparents. Man, he family. Like his family is my family. It's my guy. Since he was a student and he wanted to work with me, just got around him and started showing him stuff and us being together, and he does an amazing job. He's family.
So you mentioned wanting to be
Have you seen that connection kind of this year at Syracuse, or last year at Syracuse even grow further?
With me and him?
Yeah.
I mean, that connection is there for life. It's just different. I don't really know what you mean. How's it grown? It was there since we first met, and then it got cool. I was at Rutgers. I helped him get a job at Rutgers. I went to Georgia, brought him there to Georgia, and he worked with me and done stuff. And then I got here, and he got off the plane with me, right? When I came, so he's family, though. You know what I'm saying? He does an amazing job.
You mentioned wanting to be more hands-on with special teams this year when we were up at the coaches clinic. What have you seen from that group so far? Like, as far as progress, are they where you want them to be at this point in the spring? Or
I mean, nobody's ever where you want the players to be. If you coach football and you want to win, right? You always want more time and you want them to get further along. But I will say that they're working hard. I think that we got to continue to get detailed and make sure we're treating special teams as a true it has to be an advantage to us. A lot of times people take special teams and they think it's like a period off sometimes, and you can see guys we still got to mature when it comes to that, and that's the mentality. That's why I'm pushing it that much and that well.
When you were working with Rule, he was big on his starters playing special teams. Is that something you've kind of adapted, or is whoever wants to play?
I just adapted a lot of stuff from working with Kirby Smart and Greg Schiano. They did a lot of stuff with special teams. So Schiano was like involved with special teams every day, drawing up those punts. Like he's really good at just blocking punts and stuff like that. So I'm trying to get to that level of where Greg Schiano was and how he was doing that and being able to do that. And at Georgia, like receivers starting wideouts was running down as gunners, things of that nature. So I'm locked in trying to get all that stuff done that way.
What's it been like watching Franny compete to be the starting long snapper?
That's fun. It's cool. I mean, I get it. So like, it's a blessing for me to be able to do that, right? When you like coaching, I always know I'm telling the players everything the right way, and I'll speak to them from my heart because I care about them and I love them. But then when you can sit there and I can look into our stands or sit into the seats and I look at my son and I get to help develop my son into being a man through college. A lot of people are passing their kids over to other people, but then when I get a chance to do it, it just feels so good because I know I'm telling everyone the right thing, right? And I know that I get to continue to help my son every day, give him words of wisdom, encouragement to just dominate that day, to be able to do those things that are done. So, man, like this is, I see how Coach Prime felt. Like he got a chance to do it with both of his sons, right? So it's cool. That's why I try to keep my little son around all the time. But when you're a good man and you get a chance to coach your kid, and then you get to teach the players all the same thing that you want your son to learn, I mean, it just feels real good, and it's just a blessing from God to be able to do that.
Speaking of Kyle, before we've seen him around practice in the last few weeks, what did he kind of like about Rickie, and what advice has he given to him?
He likes how he wants to meet, and he loves football. Kyle said he's a football guy. Like he's just really impressed with his football knowledge in the classroom and how he sees football and believes football. Kyle, we just talked Sunday about him, and Kyle was like, I'm really, he's sharp, coach. He really understands the game, and you can tell he was paying attention when he was at LSU. Like he done a good job. Right now it's just, y'all gotta get those reps. He gotta get the reps, right? Get the reps, and he'll be fine. So it was good to have Kyle say that.
Fran, I'm sorry if somebody asked, I jumped in a little late, but do you have a format for the spring game, what you guys are gonna be doing out there Saturday?
So we're gonna be here. We're gonna have pads on. One team gonna have orange and one team gonna have blue, and we're gonna hit. You know, and it'll go for at least an hour and a half, but like nonstop, right? So practice oriented, but it's gonna be legit. It's still for people still battling for positions, right? Outside of Rickie, he's the quarterback. We battling for spots. Everybody's out there competing their butts off and having a bunch of fun. You know, another guy that's done a really good job, people don't talk about, and I could name all of them so parents don't get upset, but Deuce Chestnut and Tank Wilson. Those two guys have done a really good job. I know y'all talked about the O-line and all those guys, but on the defensive side, Deuce and Tank, I'm really proud of them. So Deuce don't go out there and make me look stupid. They doing a hell of a job though, man. He's leading, he's running around to the ball, and Tank's he like Big Worm. You know, he got everything on pack, and you know, he's a true leader and he's a vocal leader. I'm really proud of those guys and where they're coming and now they're coming along.
Coach, staying on defense real quick, how have you seen Kevin be able to come back after his injury and, you know, keep moving along?
Kevin.
Jobity.
Oh, Jobity.
Yeah,
I don't call him Kevin. Jobity.
Sorry.
I'm about to say, who is Kevin? He's tough. You know, he's violent. He's a pass rusher. He can do a lot of stuff. So like he's a tough guy and he's a prideful guy, right? Mm-hmm. So everything with him is if he sees somebody else doing something, I can do this too. Watch. He ain't better than me, coach. Like he's that guy, right? Mm-hmm. Super competitive. If he stays deep, if he just lives dark on the field, won't nobody be able to stop him. He'll be a draft pick. You know, he got that ability to play in the NFL. He's big enough. He's athletic. He used to be a hooper. You know, so if he could just stay injury-free, God willing, and keep the pride he has, but understand how to tame it and just be dark, detailed, accountable, relentless, and tough, play in and play out, it'll all work for him.